Hello, Sarah Beard here from Dyslexia Solutions Online. Online dyslexia tuition with dyslexia specialists. I'd just like to talk about memory. When we assess for dyslexia, we assess two types of memory. We assess working memory, verbal working memory, and we assess phonological memory. Phonological memory is the ability to hold a fast sequence of sounds in their short-term memory before transferring it to long-term memory. So if they have a weakness in phonological memory, very often they find it hard to learn new vocabulary, both in a modern foreign language or new course-specific words, because they have to learn the sequence of those sounds and retain them and then link it to the meaning. They also often have difficulties, if you've got phonological memory, with blending when they're reading, because they're blending the sounds but they can't hold them long enough to actually blend them all together for a multisyllabic word. The other type of memory we assess is verbal working memory, and that's the ability to hold a piece of information in their short-term memory whilst doing another task or a task associated with that memory. We test that often through giving them lists of digits or letters and asking them to say them backwards. And it impacts ever so much in the classroom and everyday life as well. So children with dyslexia, and adults as well, often have difficulties in those areas. So we need to establish activities at home that help them develop their memory. It's like a muscle. Now, it doesn't mean that we do loads of activities or we put them onto a computer game and suddenly they've got fantastic memory. We need to practice. We then need to talk about how the strategies they use helps them in the classroom. But the type of things you can do, you can play pairs games where they've got to remember where the pairs are and read the words. You can do activities like Kim's game, where you put a number of items on the table or on a tray. You give them X number of seconds to look at those. You take some off and then you ask them what's missing, and then you teach them how to get better at it, and that's through naming, rehearsal, saying it aloud. It's through categorizing and putting the items together, in some cases making up a little story between the items. For example, if there was a picture of a toy dog, a key in a house, the man took his dog for a walk and when he got to the house he had forgotten his keys. So there's lots of memory strategies we can use as well. And then another activity, if you're in the car, for example, is I went to market. I went to market and I bought an apple. I went to market and I bought some bananas. So that's actually helping their alphabet sequencing as well. So you're going through that. So there's just some quick tips. There's loads of ways we can improve memory in terms of giving our students strategies to improve their memory. But that is really helpful if you can play that type of activity at home. You can talk about how you remember things. What do you do in your daily activities to help you remember what to do? And show children that actually having memory difficulties is part of life, but we have to find ways to actually support that. If you've got any comments, please comment below or send me a DM. Thank you. Bye-bye.